Hi, thanks for tuning into LinkedIn Labs, a thought leader production by PKF Texas. I'm Raisa Evans, the Executive Manager for Practice Growth, and today we're going to look at how to add connections to LinkedIn by importing your address books. This is the easiest way to add connections quickly and in bulk. So we've started here on our homepage that you'll see as you log in. So go to the top navigation and look for connections and then down to add connections. This screen is going to give you several options of the types of address books that you may already have. We've got Google and Yahoo and Hotmail, and then any mail, which we'll look at in a moment. But because we signed up with our Google Mail, we're going to start there. Now what it did is authenticate my Google account in the background. If you're already logged into Google in a different browser window, it may do this in one step. Otherwise, it may ask you for permission to connect, or it may ask you to log into your Google account. And either way, it's doing the same thing. It just may take a step or two. So it's recognized any email addresses that were in my account that have a LinkedIn account already, and it's asking me if I'd like to connect to these folks. So you can select or deselect anybody you'd like to connect to, and click on Add Connections. In this next step, it's offering me to invite people that it recognizes as email addresses, but it doesn't recognize that they have an account in LinkedIn. Now, you don't want to do this. That email may be seen as spam. There's virtually nobody who hasn't heard of LinkedIn at this point, and so it may be that they've chosen not to set up an account, or it may be more likely that they just don't have this particular email address associated with their account. Now, that's one good reason to associate any email addresses that you use to your LinkedIn account, whether or not you make those publicly visible or not. We'll cover that in a different video, but for now we'll just click on skip this step. Now it wants to walk me through connecting any of the rest of my email addresses, and since I have some connections in Outlook that's on the desktop version in a corporate environment, I want to export my addresses from there and then be able to import them here. So I'm going to do that by going to any email, and looking under More Ways to Connect, you can upload your contacts file. So I'm going to go over to Outlook and pull up the contacts that I want to be able to import, and click on File and then Import and Export. If you're looking to export in this case, so you want to export it to a file, and click on Next. And then you want a comma-separated value file for Windows, and then click on Next. It's asking you to reconfirm which contacts file that you're exporting here. Click on Next. And then to save it in a location that you can find it easily. If you're not already directed to your desktop, I like to click on Browse and find my desktop so that I can find this file easily when I'm importing it. And then you can name it anything and click OK. And then click on Next. You want to reconfirm in this screen that it's still got the right type of contacts that it's exporting and from the right folder, and click on Finish. Just exporting my contacts, and I'll head back to LinkedIn. I'll browse to this file and double click on it, and then click on Upload File. What it's doing is it's searching for the email addresses that were contained in that file, and it's recognizing which ones already have a LinkedIn account. And again, you can select and deselect them here. Well, that concludes our LinkedIn video for today about adding connections. You'll do other email address accounts the same way. This has been another LinkedIn Lab, a thought leader production by PKF Texas. Find me and other PKF Texas thought leaders at linkedin.com/company/PKF-Texas.